Thank you guys for coming back to another live broadcast of Cobra TV. Every once in a while, I like to do subcasts with all of you. The last time I did try to broadcast, something went wrong, and it took me like an hour to realize that it wasn't going to happen. A lot of technical difficulties, and it just wasn't working. So I ended up taking some calls offline and recorded them, and I had a blast talking to you guys. And I would like to take this moment to remember somebody that was part of our community. I really don't even understand what happened at this point, but he's no longer with us. So his name was Simon Scott. And there is a Post and Explore No Man's Sky Facebook group. If anybody would like to pay their respects, if you knew Simon Scott, he was a good guy. A lot of people in the group were actually planning on naming a planet after Simon Scott. But you will be missed, bro. Very much. If any of you guys out there would like to come on the show, just add my Skype name, lpoly1622, and message me on there. We can work out a day if I can't stream live. Waiting for Raging Bull. Man, I've watched this dude's videos on Facebook. He's so freaking hilarious.
Oh, that's who this is.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who this is now.
The Raging Bull. What's going on, dude?
Oh, man, I can't believe it. I'm finally talking to you.
I know. Likewise, man. I've been watching your Facebook videos, dude, and I love them. I love them. Thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. Like, I'm a long-time subscriber, as you can tell now, first-time talker.
Dude, if you had a YouTube channel, I'd be subscribing to you, too.
Oh, yeah. Raging Bull 5587 is my YouTube. I'm just kind of really starting off. I basically only make my videos from my phone. You know, right now, it's been mainly around No Man's Sky and stuff. But I plan on making some more videos about other games and other tech stuff like that.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know you're uploading your videos to YouTube. I thought it was just Facebook.
Oh, no, I've been doing them on YouTube lately. Like, it was a little while ago. It was a little spill on one of the No Man's Sky communities on Facebook. So, you know, just to keep it a little more, because I'm a little bit explicit like your GNN crew. So, you know.
Yeah, which we're really working on getting back together, too. It's just trying to get everybody's
I really want to get on with the GNN.
Yeah, like, dude, I would love to have you on.
Right there. I love watching you guys on there. That's so hilarious.
Yeah, I would love to have you guys on. Since we got you on the phone, we're doing a No Man's Sky subcast. What do you want to talk about with No Man's Sky?
Oh, man, I have so much to talk about. I mean, from the procedural generation of the game to the planets to exploring everything in the universe to, I mean, man, I have a lot. Wherever you want to begin.
All right, you know, I've been doing a lot of research on some other games and stuff like that, and I keep getting the question, what makes, from some people, what makes No Man's Sky so much different than every other procedurally generated game? Like, okay, Star Citizen is adding in procedurally generated planets that you can land on, and so is Elite Dangerous, and then you have the game that people, for some reason, keep comparing No Man's Sky to, Spore. I've never played Spore, but I've watched several videos of people playing it, and from what I've seen, it's nothing like No Man's Sky. The only thing that I see is like No Man's Sky is that you can get out into space and go onto these weird-looking small-type planets, but from what I gather from the game, and correct me if I'm wrong, Spore is randomly procedurally generated, right? Or am I wrong?
With Spores, they're not really randomly generated. It's more like they have a certain type of algorithm that they have to follow for a certain type of situation.
So is it the same exact universe for everybody?
Yeah, it pretty much is. Like really? With sports, the way it changes is it goes off of the way your plays go, what type of situation you're in. You know, it's more of a situational type of thing. It's not really random.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe I opened up my mouth on that one. But
Oh yeah, because
Okay.
I play all types of games. I'm, not just action adventure, sports, strategy, first person shooter. Like when I say I'm a big time game head and gaming is my passion and my life, that is my passion and my life. I joke around and say that I love my gaming more than my family, and sometimes I be a little serious.
Okay, so you take Star Citizen. To me, I bought it. I know I'm a sucker, but I paid for it and $45. But what I gather from it is it's going to be like GTA in space. Because I got into a ship, I went to go get gas. There were some people hanging out there, and way better ships than me, and blew me out of the sky 5 times. 5 times I tried going back to that place.
Right. As much as I hate to admit it, because I used to be a PC gamer, I'm no longer a PC gamer because it's just too much into it. But Star Citizen, I must say, is by far one of the best, most beautiful looking games I have seen in a long time. And everything that you can do in it is just, it's amazing. It almost makes me want to go rob someone so I can get the money for it.
Jeez, man. Oh, keep this guy away from 7-Elevens.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there's going to be missions, just like in GTA, where you can get money doing certain things. And then you got the open world where you're running around, you're real close to other players, you're fighting, you're killing each other. So it's very reminiscent of like a GTA game in space. That's not a bad thing. I like it. I'm happy that it's turning out to be that way.
I really love it because, see, what games like Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, and No Man's Sky, what they're really doing is they're opening the doorway for games to come. This is the way gaming should have been a long time ago. Once we started having open world games, basically it should have been like this. It shouldn't have just been open world. It should be open universe. You should be able to go where you want, how you want, do what you want.
Yeah.
Not just be on that roller coaster trail line that basically gives you what you're supposed to do. You should be able to make that decision of how you want to play the game and what you want to do in the game. The way games should be now, it shouldn't have to have a storyline that you should have to follow. Everything should be open. Everything you should be able to do should be what you want to do.
Well, I think that, games that do have a storyline, they're still needed, because it's pretty much like a playable movie. There's a set story in place, and you can get from beginning to the end and experience that story from the director's point of view. But I believe that games like No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, where it's endless possibility on, what can happen to you and where you can end up being, and that you yourself can create your own story through drama that happens. I think that's needed, and you're right. But,
right. I do totally agree. It should definitely still be a storyline, but they should still give you more free range,
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't always have to be like, if you want to advance in the story, you have to do this. No, it should just be, that you have the story right here, and it advances if you do certain things, but it'll still kind of get you along the way if you do some of the side stuff too, just to explore.
And when it comes to No Man's Sky, it's not a GTA in space. Everyone is in a persistent universe. Everything's already there. It just hasn't been discovered yet. You can open up your galactic map and you can see where all the star systems are. So they're already there. You just have to go there to see what is there and to discover it. And the possibilities of the roles that you can play, whether you're a trader, fighter, explorer, scavenger, pirate, there's so many things that you can do. You could be someone in space who's constantly in war factions, battles. It's up to you. But what's different about No Man's Sky is there's a common goal to the game, to go to the center of the galaxy, the first galaxy that we all started in together. And I think that's what sets it apart from a lot of the other games. Yeah, a lot of the other games, they're persistent, but for some reason it's not persistent in the same way No Man's Sky. It just feels differently. Eventually, no matter how much you're goofing off, you're going to want to try and go to the center of the galaxy just to see what's there.
Oh yeah, like me, I actually plan on just doing a straight beeline for the center of the galaxy because, Sean Murphy and Hello Games said it themselves. That's where all the good stuff is going to be. I'm not probably going to go straight for the center of the galaxy, but I'm going to get pretty darn close so I can get as much good stuff as I can. Then I'm probably going to, backtrack and really start doing my exploring then, because I really don't want to make it to the center of the universe until a few other people start making it there. That's when I'm like, okay, that's when I'm going to go. But, like with No Man's Sky, like I want to kind of get this out real quick because I watch a lot of previews and overviews and people's opinions about No Man's Sky. A lot of people that like it, a lot of people that don't. Okay, when it comes to No Man's Sky, what you really have to remember at heart, this is a game for explorers. If you notice on one of the E3 presentations when Sean Murray was presenting the game, he literally genuinely got excited just for seeing some fish. And if you're not gonna get excited for small stuff like this on this game, then this isn't going to be a game for you. Because like I said, at its heart, it's an exploration game. This is basically National Geographic in space. This is you being Jeff Corrin or Steve Corrin in space, and you're getting around an animal or something, and you're going to want to actually look at that animal and observe it and see it surrounding and see what happens, because they're going to have animations and stuff with the animals that's going to surprise you. I mean, like they said, it's going to be just like being in the wild. There are going to be animals that are going to eat other animals.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I want to see that.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be great to see. You're going to be in the middle of a big field or something. You're going to see this cute little wombat-looking cat creature or whatever. And then next thing you know, some big rhino creature or whatever just comes out of nowhere, knocks you over, and eats the little wombat creature. Like, that's going to be exciting for me. I can't wait to have that moment.
Definitely. And, like one of Sean Murray's, he said one of his pastime favorite things to do in No Man's Sky is to blow a hole.
Watch animals fall into it, right? You can have a big animal death match or something like that. See, like, that's just more possibilities of open universe game like this. Like things that they don't say you can do in the game, you can actually kind of make something to do in the game like this. There are extra possibilities that they don't even talk about, that they kind of don't even know about really. It really depends on the imagination of the gamer. Because just like in Minecraft, you have people build Death Stars, little AT-AT bunkers and stuff in there. I'm not saying you can do that in No Man's Sky, but there are going to be some creative people that are going to do some very creative things on these planets, especially when they get upgrades for their multi-tool and they can shoot into the ground. I'm waiting for the first person that's going to say, thanks, hello games, rolled out all in the ground or whatever, and they fly into space and they take a screenshot or something like that. You can do something like that in this game. You can make big enough changes into the terrain that you will be able to see it in space. It might not always be there once you leave, but as long as you're in that area, it's not going to change.
Exactly. You're right. And you mentioned, how he's surprised about the fish and everything. A lot of people, they still don't understand that No Man's Sky, 90% of the planets in this game are barren, lifeless, nothing, no grass, nothing.
Exactly.
90%. Now that's 10% of the planets are going to have life. Now that's still a lot of planets, but 90% of the 10%, and that's kind of confusing, 90% of the 10% is going to be dull life. We're talking maybe just a little bit of patches of grass here and there. No animals, no aliens, nothing.
You're not it's going to be certain planets that they had the big snake that was around on the planet, or the big dinosaur.
Right. Those
are going to be the planets that you're going to rarely come across, at least in my opinion, of what I think is going to happen. And because they're going to be so different, for one. A lot of people always talk about in their videos how they think it's going to be pretty much it's going to be the same stuff each and every planet you hit. You're going to see just different color variations and stuff like that. No, you're not going to see stuff like that. They tell you from the base models, they have hundreds and thousands of base models.
Right.
So if you have hundreds and thousands of base models, just that alone, just having those planets are going to be very few to find. And incorporating the different randomizations you're going to be able to incorporate with those base models, it's not just going to be you're going to have the same cat-like creature and this one's only different. It's got different type of fur, or it got scales, or it's got a type of like antler or something on his head. You know, I mean, although those would be some good variations, but you're going to see things, you know, it's going to be one that's going to have 4 legs. It's going to be one that's going to have 6 legs, and the back legs might be smaller than the front legs. And
Right.
and the heads is going to be different. You're going to have one with a beak-like head, and then you're going to have one with a dog-like head with a cat body. You know, it's going to be great different variations that you're going to be able to find.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what's going to make this game all the more better. Like I said, you're going to be happy to see that fish because, you know, that fish is going to have wolf face features versus the one that you just saw on the last planet that had arms like a person.
Yes. But, you know, imagine some of the things that the procedural generation messes up, if it's possible. That's going to be cool to see.
Oh, man, what I'm waiting on is a planet that's turning inside out or something like that. Because you got to remember the system that they're using as far as their procedural generation. I guess it's some type of hexa system or something like that. And, you know, most people only go from like 0 to 5 or something, but they went ahead and went from 0 to 9. So there's going to be some stuff that not even sci-fi people would be able to think of. You know, it's really going to generate a lot of things that we're just going to be like, wow, I didn't even think that was possible even for a game. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really going to look for the real abstract, just blow your mind type planets, type galaxies, and like really I'm gonna look for where everyone else gonna go. I'm gonna go the other way. I don't want to follow the beaten path. I want to make my own path on No Man's Sky. I'm really gonna be one of those explorer, adventurous, just gotta see everything and do everything type people on this game. Like I'm literally gonna live my second life on No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude.
I really can't wait to find my perfect ship. Everyone's gonna have a perfect ship.
I'm going to tell you something about the ships. I'm not going to be one of those people, I don't think, that I'm going to get an emotional attachment to my ship until I find one that I'm completely satisfied with. Because as soon as I buy a ship and I pass one, I'm going to want that one. You know, I'm going to be like, ooh, that one looks better. Let me get that. And then as soon as I pass another one, I'm going to say, wow, that one's much cooler. You know, I'm going to be switching ships like crazy. I can't see myself sticking with one. I'm not going to be satisfied.
I don't know. I see where you're going with that, but at the same time, I really think it's actually not going to be about the way the ship looks, but actually how it feels too. Because, and like what you can do with it. That's what I think people like. I think people kind of got the same idea as you, but when they really get to play the game, I think their minds are really going to change because once you get into a ship and then see the specs that it already have, like what type of cargo and stuff and the things you can do with it, I think people are going to find that they're going to stick with a certain type of ship, you know, for a little longer than others because like I said, once you get into space and get into the ship and see the way it flies and handles and you get into that first battle with it and, you know, be like, okay, that felt kind of good. And then you start kind of switching. You're going to start off switching up ships. But I think after a while, you're going to start just sticking with a specific type of ship because you're going to see that, you know, switching ships, seeing a different type of cargo holds and different type of specs that they might have and a different type of weapons and things you can do with them. You're going to find yourself, you're going to have a specific type of ship that you're going to like to use. And eventually, you're going to come across that ship that just so happen to have kind of like some of everything that you really want in a ship. From handling to weapons to how much cargo to even having like a cloaking device or whatever on it because, you know, they stated that some ships would have some type of cloaking on it. So like, I really think after a while, switching up ships and seeing what different types of ships do what and how they handle, you're going to come across a ship that you're going to be like, you know what, I can stick with this one for a while because it's going to have everything that I want and need right now. And you know, I kind of, you know, although that shit might looks good, you know, it might not handle the same way. It might not have the same type of weapons that I have now already. And I kind of want to keep what I have now. And plus, I'm going to really want to see just how much wear and tear that I'm going to get on the ship. Like, that's really going to be great. Like, just to go down on the planet and do some things and then leave and then just kind of, hopefully by this time we'll be able to get out of our ship while we're in space and kind of look at it then and see what's the differences that I've made from entering into a planet that's got toxic atmosphere and it might be a little corrosive to my ship or even to my suit, and if I can hopefully find someone and they can show me my suit too.
Yeah, and I wonder, you know, you brought up the wear and tear on the ships. I wonder if that's something that you could repair if you wanted to. And think about like if you damage your ship a little bit. I wonder if there's damage to the ship that you could do, and I wonder how we repair it. I wonder if we have to use resources to craft something to make the metal to repair it.
Now, I've really been thinking about that as well. If they are going to let us repair our ship, one, will we be able to do it in space, or will we have to land somewhere and do it? And two, will that be something for the multi-tool? I'm guessing if they have it something like that, of course, it would have to be the multi-tool that would be able to repair the ship, right?
Maybe, possibly. Because we know we can craft metal.
Otherwise, the only other way I see them doing it is if basically you just go into a space station and be like, it'll be a option to repair ship, and you just have to pay a certain amount of credit for it.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't want it that way, but if they had to do it, that would be the simplest way, I'm guessing. But I would really like it if I could use the multi-tool to repair my ship. That would be great. Like, I've noticed cool. That's kind of like on one of your indie games that you do for one of your subcasts. That's on one of those games, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Say that again? Sorry.
I said, isn't that option on one of the indie games that you're researching as well?
Yeah, it's Planet Nomads.
Yeah, like that's a good game. I've been keeping up on that lately as well. I really like that game.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait for it to come out. Their Kickstarter, I think, is the 18th or 21st.
Okay, now would that be on PlayStation 4 as well?
They have hinted to consoles. It depends on how well their Kickstarter actually goes, but they're open to it. They never said PS4. Awesome. They said consoles.
Look forward to it if they do. I really would.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, buddy. Is any last final words? I'm going to get some more colors on here. Actually, you know what? Stay right here. I'm just going to add people to the call.
Oh yeah, no problem. Cool.
Gonna add Mr. Ruben to the call.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, Ruben? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
That's good. Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
So how you doing? What brings you on? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, basically just the hype train. There was like this comment on like a random video that there was like, it said like it was from I think some breaks music, and they said like there are no brakes on the there are no brakes on the hype train. I was like, no, there are no brakes on the No Man's Sky hype train, not the normal hype train. No Man's Sky hype train is the only one with no brakes. What? Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how the ships are going to handle, because we know that some of the ships are going to be a little bit heavier than others, and I'm really excited. I don't want there to be physics like Elite Dangerous physics. It's hard to fly the ship entirely, but I would like to see the bigger ships a little bit harder to turn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
I agree,
honestly, looking at Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky's gameplay, you can kind of tell it's gonna be a whole lot easier on No Man's Sky. Like they even said, it's gonna be kind of arcadey,
right?
Not really simulation. You're gonna have like good control of your ship, but you're not gonna have to do a lot of extras with it.
No,
I'm looking forward to the different type of styles of handling as well. Like if versus one ship, how fast it turns at full speed versus another one turning speeds and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the difference is in that as well.
Yeah, we know there's a difference because during the IGN first gameplay, they were showing the ship section on the menu, and they were talking about there was a highlighted material, and it said something like it was good for the hull, and that it's not that heavy and it doesn't hinder the ship too much or something like that.
Yeah.
It's something about ship maneuvers or something, I think it said. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not quoting it properly, but in a roundabout, that's exactly, what they were trying to say. I don't want it to be like if I'm heading towards a mountain that I make like an L turn, straight L turn, angle turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
want
got
that
the same feeling.
Yeah, I want that possibility to, not make the right choice to turn at the right time and then smack into the mountain.
Well, I highly suggest you don't want to get a trader ship.
Yeah.
Because if anything, I'm really guessing those are like they're gonna be the slowest ones to turn.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm guessing just the same.
Yeah, I think a fighter to an explorer ship would probably be the easy one to go.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Right. Yeah. So, Ruben, what are you most excited about with No Man's Sky? Like, what do you plan on doing?
Yeah, probably just like exploring the shit out of it. Just that's probably the only thing. I'm just one of the. I'm just really one of those guys who like gets in a game that's all about exploring and just feels like a little child again. I just want to explore. I just want to explore everything.
Yeah, exactly. So are you going to go to the center right away? Or you're going to take your time, or you're not going?
No, I'm probably gonna just take my time.
All right.
Because I'm more of a guy who wants to see what the whole plan has to offer. Because that's really probably not really fitting for me because I've got ADHD. But yes, still, so what? Ain't no patience for me.
So you're going to stay away from the internet while you're playing because you know people are going to be posting that center of the galaxy footage.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
You'll have to walk around with your eyes closed, basically.
Yeah.
It's gonna be everywhere.
Someone will post a video. Look at this weird alien I found, and you click the video, and it's like the center of the galaxy, and you're like, just got ruined.
I'm just like, hell no. Away with this video. Report it.
Report it.
Yeah. Report it. Spoilers.
You got any final words, bud, before I take another caller here?
Nah, not really.
Okay. All right, Ruben. Thanks a lot, bud. Take care, man.
Bye.
They said, "Oh, dude, I've been like a lot of your subcast videos I've watched. Man, you have had some funny names. Oh my gosh, they cracked me up, man. Like, wow, it is like you really do come across an interesting people. Just like I said, you gotta meet some most interesting people and stuff.
Tetanus. Tetanus.
It's tetanus.
Tetanus. Yeah.
Nobody knows how to pronounce it.
Of course it would be.
Tetanus is a disease for like it's a disease.
Huh. Why did you name yourself after a disease?
Okay, so it sounds morbid, right? But I wanted to be like a steampunk robot kind of thing, right?
Oh,
and I thought robots had rust, and
Yeah.
rust is related to tetanus.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Stay with me. I hate those shots. So what's going on, buddy? Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem. I'm glad to be on here. I've been trying to get on for like weeks.
Really? Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what happened with my Twitch. It just won't stream today, so.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I thought my computer was glitching out or something. I was really
Nope,
worried. I was
it's
asking people in
Cobra's
chat.
So what brings you on, dude? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know if you've talked about this before, but like the kinds of stuff that could be on No Man's Sky, and like how, and like there's so many like possibilities that this game could like overcome. I think that's a word. That's a good word, yeah. And like some examples would be like how in certain space games, I think you could walk around ships. I know that might not be the goal for most people, but I think little details are really great.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool to walk around in your ship, but at the same time, it's like we know we can't at the moment. But also, you keep in mind that Hello Games said they're adding features that they've never talked about, and some of them are their most requested from the fans. So that could possibly be one of the features, bigger ships that you can walk around in.
Right, right.
And that would be really cool on a long warp, a warp travel, just go into warp and just walk around. You're not there yet.
I just like the idea of walking around my ship as like an added bonus to it, or socializing with friends, even if I know there's barely any multiplayer on this game keeps getting updated, I think that would be really cool to have people like walk around with you around ships or something.
Yeah, and plus it'd be kind of cool if you had to walk through your ship just to get out the door. I think that'd be kind of cool too. Yeah, what's really interesting is in a Game Informer interview with Sean Murray, he did say something like you could even run across ships that would have a direct rip-off the Millennium Falcon cockpit because of the procedural generation.
And that would be really fun to walk around. And
it really would, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think there's a game out there. It's called EVE Online or something. I think that has the capabilities of walking through your like faction ships.
Yeah, I wish I could play EVE Online, but I refuse to pay a subscription just to have a video game.
No.
I actually bought the game, not the online version, but I didn't really like it.
Really?
Yeah, I had higher standards because of No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky ruined a ton of games for me.
Exactly, dude. And, I'm always on Steam looking around for a game that, can kind of fill that void until I wait for No Man's Sky. And I can't find one. I really can't. And I read an article that was posted on ExploreNMS. It was on the Facebook, No Man's Sky community Facebook page. And it was somebody saying, start to lower your expectations now so you won't be disappointed. And I beg to differ. I know what's in this game. I have a lot of wishes that I hope are going to be in the game, and I have imagination that fills a lot of the place where facts need to be. But we've been told what the game is. We've been told what we can do. We've been shown some of the planets, and we've been told what you could do on the planets, what you can do in the space, and I've seen the footage. And if the footage is all that we can do in the game, if it's just those planets and those planets only, and I can only do the things that they showed that you could do in the game and the trailers, then I'm happy, because that's what I want.
I'm already satisfied with the game as it is. I've been a fan of No Man's Sky ever since it came out on E3 last year.
Yeah.
Or not last year anymore. It's in 2014, I mean.
What about you, Raging Bull? Did you see that article where they were talking about lowering your expectations because you're going to be disappointed in No Man's Sky when it finally comes out? And he hung up.
Great timing.
I think he actually died. I think his internet fucked up, but yeah, he's back.
Yep, I'm back.
I wanted to get your point of view on the article that was posted on the No Man's Sky community Facebook page about lowering your expectations so you won't be disappointed when No Man's Sky comes out. What do you think about that?
I completely disagree.
You're not the only one.
Honestly, this has been the first game I have ever been in love with that I have never played before, never had a demo of, just completely seen videos of. I think about this game 24/7. I literally dream about this game. I daydream about this game. Like, I have an exact way of how this game is going to play already, just from watching videos and listening to dev commentaries. And just kind of putting my own little imagination to it. I'm pretty much know how this game is going to play. This is the game that I am looking for. This is the game I have been waiting for since I've been able to pick up a controller.
Right.
This is the game I know that games are supposed to be like.
You're raised for this game.
Expectations? No, I will not. I mean, yeah, I know this isn't going to be a game from everyone, just like all games aren't. Exactly. I just know this is going to be the game for me. And I am, like I said, I'm in love with this game, and I'm going to fall even more in love with it when I get my hands on it.
Right. And like I was telling Tetanus over there, from what I've seen in the trailers, the planets, the space flight, the shooting, the crafting, and the facts that I've read that came from the developer's mouth, all of that is what I'm waiting for. All of my wish list and all of my my personal expectations, I know not to expect, some of the things that I really hope for, really wish for, but I'm happy. I'm super happy with what I've been shown, and that's enough for me. So I'm not going to be let down when I finally get the game.
I completely agree. Like, what they have shown us is proof that this is what we can do. It's all in-game footage.
Right.
You know, this is what you're going to be able to do. It has some of everything that any hardcore gamer to someone that's just picking up gaming for the first time, you know, it has everything for you. If you want combat, you're going to get that, from first person shooting on the ground to being in a space cockpit in the air. If you want a game where you just go around searching for stuff, you're going to have that. If you want a game where you can mine things and you can craft things, you're going to have that.
Right.
So it has a little bit of everything for everyone. It may not be as far as in depth as other games are, but you got to think of the whole game that you're getting as a whole. You're getting infinite places to go to, infinite environments you're going to see, infinite types of weapons as far as the multi-tool, because that's procedurally generated, infinite types of ships, those are procedurally generated. You're getting infinite types of possibilities. What you really have to be excited for is, what is that next new thing that I'm going to see? From the small things to the small animals to the big things to the ships and planets and galaxies.
Exactly. And, you know, one of the things I'm looking forward to the most,
excited about this game, like I could talk to death on this game.
One of the things I'm looking forward the most and excited about the most in No Man's Sky is just pretty much being able to do what I want. You know, not being forced to go down that path or this path. Just go anywhere I want to do. You know, go up in space, have some fights, come down, shoot some ships that are trying to do trade and trying to be peaceful, me being a douchebag, you know, getting in fight with the Sentinels, you know, just, it's a sandbox game. It's an open world, do whatever you want sandbox game. My
personal, idea of this game is that, it's going to be really fun at first, right? And this is my personal opinion, but, after a while, I'm gonna get used to it, but the infinite worlds is gonna help me a lot, and I think that the fact that he's gonna keep updating is a really big plus, because he could be adding some really big features,
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And this game is, Hello Games is their masterpiece. You know what I mean? I mean, they're working really hard at it. They're trying to make it perfect. They're trying not to release a broken game. So the fact that he did say they were going to do updates to the game tells me that Hello Games will not let this game fail. Hello Games will know if players are getting bored.
I sure hope not, because I dedicated a lot of time into this game.
Yeah,
just thinking about it.
I believe they're going to be they're going to be actively trying to do whatever they can to make this game the best game possible. I just feel it.
Right, and it's just I can't stress enough how many possibilities are in this game. I don't know if you remember this, but I actually posted on your forum a long time ago about cool ideas that you could put inside No Man's Sky, and I'm also the person who suggested that forum.
Awesome! Yeah.
It's okay if you don't remember me, but and then I did that whole list thing.
Are you tetanus on there too?
Yes, on your website.
Oh wow!
And I'm the one that made the entire list thing. That was on.
Yeah. I remember.
How'd you like that?
That was long. I didn't even know it was that long until I'm sitting there reading them as I'm going down. Then I got to that and I'm like, oh, what?
Oh, were you the guy? Were you the guy with that super long list of stuff?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh wow!
I just had too much free time one day.
Yeah.
No, it was really good. I enjoyed it, and a lot of the things you said are just amazing.
Yeah, and some of the things on there, some people don't agree with, some gameplay aspects that they're like, oh, that'll be boring, or that's not good for this game, or something like that, and that's okay. All you have to do is just not do whatever that is, and then you'll be fine.
The core, Sean Murray keeps saying, you could stay on one planet if you want, forever, for the entire time you play the game. But he says that's not core to the game. He said you can meet with your friend if you want to, but that's not core to the game. And it's going to be very difficult. But he said it's possible, right? But it's not core to the game. So then you ask yourself, okay, what's core to the game? What's core to the game is he said it over and over and over again, is to get to the center of the galaxy. That's what's core to the game. He says when the game releases, he hopes that he's going to see like a wheel with spokes, and that wheel with spokes is our path going towards the center of the galaxy. So that's what's core to the game. But he said many times the things that are not core to the game, he said you could do. And that's what I like about No Man's Sky. And a lot of people saying that's not what this game is about. That's not core to the game. They have to understand what they're really saying. You know, No Man's Sky is a game without boundaries. You could do whatever you want to do. You could stare a rock for 24 hours if you want to. You know what I mean?
Nobody's going to just follow the core.
Yeah, it's not core to the game to stare at that rock for 24 hours. The core of the game is to get to the center of the galaxy, to see what's there. But you could do whatever you want.
And I'm always imagining that that when this game gets popular, right? As soon as this game comes out, there's going to be one person who's just immediately going straight towards the center, and then you see on YouTube, first person gets to the center of the universe, and you're like, oh man, I could have done that, but I was too busy trapping these animals on the ground or whatever.
I know, yeah. Exactly. You know, and how cool would that be for anybody listening if you are that first person in the entire world to make it to the center of the galaxy?
There was a game, not anything like this, but it was kind of the same concept, that first person to get somewhere, right?
Uh-huh.
It was called Curiosity. It was an app on your phone, and it was basically the most boring game in the world. And it was a huge box, right? Made up of tinier micro blocks, like millions upon millions of them, right? It was online, there were servers, and all you had to do was break all the blocks. And the person said, whoever made the game, was that there's something inside the center that would be amazing. Everyone's gonna, and it's the race to get to it. The first person to break that last block will get it. And what ended up happening is months later, or maybe years, I don't remember, and somebody actually did it. Somebody got to the end, and it was like everyone else forgot about it except for like a couple people. I don't know how many, and he ended up winning whoever made the game's like legacy, and he got a ton of money from it. Yeah. And I don't think that's what this is going to be about. I don't think they have a ton of money for this, but what's in the center will definitely be a surprise, and I'm going to regret not finding it first if I don't.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool, though, just to be able to say, you know, because this game it's infinite, almost infinite, for you to be the first person to the center of the galaxy and be able to say, I was the first, and be able to prove it. That's a big deal. That's pretty cool.
And it would be cool because our generation and the generation after us and the generation after that we'll still never find every planet on this galaxy, never find every inch of it.
Right, exactly. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end it here, and I got a lot of editing to do.
Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah, it
Hey,
has.
Cobra, man, this was awesome, dude. Like I said, honestly, today was literally a dream come true since I've been watching your video. So, man, I really appreciate you letting me come on and get my passion out about this game. And just want to let everyone know, Raging Bull 5587. I'm doing my own videos. I just do them from my phone and stuff, you know. But, you know, it's just me getting my passion out about gaming and what I love about gaming and tech. So thanks again, Cobra, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
All right, buddy. It's been a pleasure of mine, too, man. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it too.
Thanks, Ruben.
All right. Thank you, Cobra.
All right. You guys have been great. Thank you for coming by.
All right,
Bye.
Bye, guys. Did somebody blow a kiss at me?
Not sure.
That was a kiss. Somebody blew a kiss at the end. I'm serious. That was.
I heard that.